Impact of Israel's war on global economy. People's perceptions of economic growth are frequently significantly shaped by geopolitical tensions on a global scale. According to research, worries about these kinds of problems can make people and companies more frugal with their money and investments, which can eventually result in a recession. Hey there, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that has been making headlines around the world: the impact of Israel's war on the global economy. From disruptions in trade to fluctuations in stock markets, this conflict is sending shockwaves through the financial world. So, grab a cup of coffee and let's get into it. Number 8. Energy markets. Energy is the most significant short-term concern from the standpoint of global economics. Even if oil prices were already high during the attack on Israel, these events increased the likelihood of supply disruptions and general market anxiety, especially if Iran is involved in the issue or if output in Iraq is negatively impacted by unrest. Oil output does not appear to have been impacted by the fighting, but oil prices have increased by roughly $5 per barrel since it began. Number 7. Global risk aversion. Increasing geopolitical tensions typically have a negative impact on the perception of global risk, which widens spreads and drives up the dollar further. The subsequent tightening of international financial conditions may have detrimental effects on economies that are vulnerable to external shocks. Several developing nations and emerging markets were already dealing with issues related to external debt and a decline in confidence from foreign investors. Number 6. Global economic effects. The effects of the Israel-Hamas conflict on the global economy might not be felt right away, but they would get worse if they extended to the Middle East, particularly to Iran, a significant oil producer and Hamas backer. Oil prices near $90 would rise, impacting the world economy. Given the global economy's higher for longer interest rate forecast, further escalation of the conflict towards other Middle Eastern oil suppliers is concerning and needs close observation. Unless the problem spreads to other countries in the region and turns into a proxy war between the US and Iran, the oil supply is not expected to be threatened. People's perceptions of economic growth are frequently significantly shaped by geopolitical tensions on a global scale. Number 5. Global economic expansion. According to research, worries about these kinds of problems can make people and companies more frugal with their money and investments, which can eventually result in a recession. This also applies to the recent escalation of the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Concerns about the effects of this war are plaguing investors worldwide, especially in view of the already dire outlook for global economic expansion. Number 4. Risk of escalation persists. With this in mind, a conflict escalation might be the turning point for the area. The effects would be extensive, swiftly extending to economies in places like Yemen, Iraq, Iran, and Syria, in addition to the near neighbors. The impact on trade, tourism, investment, and other financial channels would increase with the length of the battle. The number of refugees entering countries could rise sharply, putting additional financial and social strain on the host nations and possibly leading to longer-term weakening. Number 3. Wider war in Middle East could tip the world economy into recession. Similar to previous Middle East conflicts, the recent confrontation between Israel and Hamas has the risk of destabilizing the global economy, potentially leading to a recession if additional nations become involved. That possibility exists because the Israeli army is getting ready to invade Gaza in retaliation for the Palestinian group's attack. Thousands of people have already died as a result of the Hamas attack and the continuous Israeli airstrikes on Gaza. There is fear that Hamas-supporting militias in Syria and Lebanon will enter the conflict. Number 2. Economic disruption in the world. In a recent report, the World Bank raised alarm over the Israel-Gaza clash on October 30. The aforementioned analysis states that there is a chance that this conflict may result in a major global economic shock, a significant spike in the price of goods like oil. Projections indicate that it may rise to $150 per barrel is one of the possible outcomes. This might result in increased food costs and the possible starvation of millions of people, with dire consequences for the world economy. Number 1. International Monetary Fund. The International Monetary Fund has downgraded its growth projection for the whole Middle East and North Africa (MENA) area. The IMF ascribes this shrinkage to a number of causes, including a drop in oil production and a notable drop in tourism, especially in nations where travel is vital to the economies, such as Egypt and Jordan. And there you have it, the impact of Israel's war on the global economy. As the conflict continues to escalate, the financial world braces for more uncertainties and challenges ahead. Stay tuned for more updates on this developing situation. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, take care and stay informed.